Brazil fines Apple $2 million for not including charger with iPhone 12 series.
Here's a summary of the article.
Brazilian consumer watchdog has fined Apple $2 million for not including a charger in the newly launched iPhone 12 series, accusing the tech giant of allegedly engaging in misleading advertising, selling a device without the charger and unfair terms. Apple in October last year announced that the iPhone 12 would not come with chargers or earbuds in their boxes, citing environmental concerns. Brazilian consumer protection regulator Procon SP has now fined Apple for not including a charger. According to Procon SP, the problems with its misleading advertising as iPhone 11 Pro consumers reported that Apple didn't repair their phones after problems with water. Apple needs to understand that in Brazil there are solid consumer protection laws and institutions. It needs to respect these laws and these institutions, Procon SP Executive Director Fernando Capaz was quoted as saying. While the iPhone 12 mini costs $729 in the US, in Brazil the same phone is around $1,200. Apple introduced the iPhone 12 series in October and announced that the phone would only have a charging cable inside the box, without a power adapter and headphones.
This post received a score of 37,000, with an upvote ratio of 93%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
If they saved more than $2 million, they gonna do it again.
On top of what they'll make selling them back to people.
You know, Apple paying $2 per hour to Chinese workers to make iPhones in China is way cheaper than giving Americans a minimum wage. If you're an accountant, are you willing to waste $15 an hour per American worker? Or do you want to save money and get higher profits by cutting costs?
I'm an accountant and I pay my remote bookkeeper $30 per hour, even though I could get remote workers in India to do it for less than $4 per HR. I'm responsible for the impact of my own decisions. Collectively, we have to hold companies accountable for their greed, and ultimately for putting more value in profit than humanity.
This post made me realize I pay my accountant €300 for an hour of work every 3 months. But he did help me save a lot of money I wouldn't know about.
You are paying for an hour of work on top of many years of education and experience. Hours are not valued the same for everyone. If you were to learn all that stuff alone, that would be probably more painful than spending the $300.
That's one of the big arguments people have against raising minimum wage. People don't see fry cook as worth $15 when their degree nets them just $62.4K a year.
The proper response to those people is to ask them why the fry cook deserves less instead of them deserving more. Make them explain why their underpaid position is the litmus for average income.
Personally, I think it's an effect of hierarchically focused societies. People like having a group of people who are clearly worse off to look down on. It makes them feel superior.
Like when George Carlin said, the upper class keeps all of the money, pays none of the taxes. The middle class pays all of the taxes, does all of the work. The poor are there just to scare the shit out of the middle class.
Apple wiped their ass with $2 million.
Where do they throw it away so I can get me some?
They shred it so no one who needs it can use it. Then they hire a cleaner to clean the poopy shredder who can keep the rare unshredded money found as tips, so they can pay him below minimum wage.
Like Apple would use a country with minimum wage laws for their poop money shredder techs. The fine will be spent by the Brazilian government to buy chargers for employees of the Consumer Watchdog Authority. There are only 6 people at the Consumer Watchdog?
Chargers for life.
Probably wasn't about hurting Apple. It was just about pocketing an easy $2 million.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.